Thiruchitrambalam, Hara Hara Nama Parvati Pataye, Hara Hara Mahadeva, Sitsabesa, Sivasidambaram, Tenarude Sivane, Potri Nattavarkum Reva, Potri Thiruchitrambalam, Edukkum Makkadai in Tamil Cheyulai, Nadakum Mainmay, Namakarul Shaidida, Tadakkai Indudai, Talsevi, Nilmudi, Kadakalitrai, Karutul, Irutuvam. உலகலாம் உணர்ந்து போதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நிர்மலி வேணியன் அலகில் சோதியன் அம்பலத்து ஆடுவான் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவாம். சைவத்தின் மேற்சமயம் வேறிலை அதில் சார் சிவமாம் தெய்வத்தின் மே தெய்வமில்லனும் நான் மறைச்சம்பொருள் வாய்மை வைத்த சீர் திருத்தேவாரமும் திருவாசகமும் உய்வை தரச் செய்த நால்வர் பொற்றாள் எம்முயிர் துணையே. தில்லைவாழந்தனரை முதலாக சீர்படைத்த தொல்லையதாம் திருத்தொண்டத் தொகையடியார் பதம் போற்றி ஒல்லையவர் புராண கதை உலகறிய விரித்து உரைத்த செல்வமலி குன்றத்துள் செக்கிழாரடி போற்றி. ஆதாரமாகிய மாணிக்க வாசகர் பாதார விந்தம் பணிவோம். பண்டு செய்த தீதான பாவங்கள் எல்லாம் தீர்ந்து ஞானோதய வந்து கூடிடுமே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Dear devotees, welcome back to Periyapuranam Discourse series. We have been thinking through the nayanars that are part of Thiruneelanakka. We have 2 more nayanars left in Thiruneelanakka. Today we are going to think through the wonderful history of Emperor Thiruneelanakka Nayanar. History. Let me bow my head to the lotus feet of Thiruchitrambalam Swamigal and also to the 57th Pontiff of Gunamatti Kalyanapuriyadina, Sri Gomathinayagam, Sri Rajasarvamanikka Swamigal as well. By the grace of the Almighty Lord Shiva, let's go ahead and get started with Emperor Thiruneelanakka Nayanar Puranam. In Tirthundattogai, Sri Nambiyaroorar Swamigal praises Thiruneelanakka Nayanar as following. ஒளிபுணல் சூழ் சாத்தமங்கை நீலனக்கற்கடியேன். Sathamangai is the town that Neelanakka Nayanar is actually from. And there was a temple in Sathamangai called Ayavanthi. And Swami's name is Swami's name is Ayavanthinathar. Then the goddess name there is Malarkanniyamai. Wonderful temple. And it has also got a Tirupathigam from Thiruneelanakka, third Tirumurai in Panchamapan. In that Tirupathigam, Thiruneelanakka Swamigal praised Neelanakka Nayanar as well. The last song of Tirupathigam, it says, Neelanakka Nedumaanagar Endru Adiyar Potrum, which means the devotees of Lord Shiva will be calling this town not Sathamangai. They'll say it's a town of Neelanakka Nayanar. That's what the Neelanakka says in this padiyam. So let's go ahead and get started. The Thiruchitrambalam was situated in Solanadu. It's close to Tirupukolu, where Swami got Mukti. And the river Kaveri flowed through it, making it a very prosperous city, as always, like any other city in Solanadu. The paddy fields would appear loaded with the crops and colorful fishes all over that could be seen. And those fishes could be seen playing on the lotus flowers in full bloom in the fields. And we could see beautiful swans that would swim and bath along with pretty women who had a swan-like gait as well. So the temple in this place called, we just talked about, Ayavanthi. The Lord of Ayavanthi Swami's name is Ayavanthinathar, and the goddess is Malarkanniyamai. So there he says, the last song, Neelanakka Nedumaanagar Endru Thondrar Arayum. Neelanakka Nedumaanagar Endru Thondrar Arayum. So it's the town of Neelanakka Nayanar. That's how we call it. So the Vedic Brahmins in this city used to light all the three types of sacred fire during their Vedic ceremonies, day-to-day rituals. The three sacred fires are Karukabatyam, Agavanyam, and Dakshinakam. They never ever fail to do that. And ever since they started, that the fire will end only when they die. It will be there until then. And the fourth fire, the people here kept alive, was the discipline, the Shaiva discipline they followed. It's considered as a fourth fire. Three sacred fire of Vedic ceremony, which is Karagabatyam, Agavanyam, Dakshinatmi, and another sacred fire, fourth fire, is the discipline they followed. The discipline is as equal as fire. And in this city, the birds called Naganavai, which excelled in singing, and those birds are quite used to hear the Vedic chanting from Parasala when the brahmacharyas recite Vedas three times. Well, the acharya would say one time, then the students will repeat that three times, and they are so used to listen to those Vedic songs, and they excelled in Samaveda. So when the younger brahmacharyas, the students of Parasala, when they recite Vedam, and if they unknowingly make some mistakes, these birds will correct them, it seems. That's what Devachikla Swami says. So they are so used to this Samaveda. And so even when the boys make any mistake, and the young birds will correct those mistakes. Unbelievable, right? We could see such similar quotes in Thiruneelanakka Swami Padigam as well. In Thiruvillimalai Tirpadigam, Saint Thiruneelanakka Swamigal says, Parisayum Pandidargal Pannanum Payindrodum Osai Kettu Verimali Polilkille Vedangal Porul Sollum Elayami. As the Vedic Pandits kept on reciting Vedas all day, forever, the parrots living in Thiruvillimalai temple learned those Vedas. They could even they could even provide the meaning of those Vedic stostras. That's what Thiruneelanakka Swami says. So the Vedic verses, they can give even the parrots can even give meaning for those Vedic verses. And then in Sri Kali, Thiruneelanakka Swami says, பெரிதிலங்கும் மறைக்கிளைஞர் ஓதப்பிழை கேட்டலால் கருதுகிள்ளை குலத்தெறிந்து தீர்க்கும் கடற்காளியே மறைக்கிளைஞர் ஓதப்பிழை கேட்டலால். The Vedic students recite Veda, and when they make mistakes, like we just mentioned here in Nayanmar, and the parrots will correct them because they know that better. They're so used to it. So it's so very nice to see that even the parrots have learned the Vedas. So Thiruneelanakka was born in this great town, Sattamangai, in the family of Vedic Brahmins. And he was a staunch devotee of Lord Shiva. From day one, he served the Lord and his devotees to the best of his capacity. There is a wonderful verse in Periyapuranam, Devachikla Swami praises the service of Thiruneelanakka. He said, Veda உள்ளுரையாவன விரிப்புணல் வேணி நாதர் தம்மையும் அவர் அடியாரையும் நயந்து பாத அர்ச்சனை புரிவதும் பணிவதும் என்றே காதால் அவை இரண்டுமே சேர்க்கத்துடையார். Thiruneelanakka is very keen on doing two things. Number one is to worship the Almighty Lord Shiva, the lotus feet of Almighty Lord Shiva, doing Archana, and then to serve the devotees of Lord Shiva. Those are the two services that he is very keen on doing it, because those two services are the essence of Veda. Veda ullurayavana. The essence of Veda is to serve, is to worship the Almighty Lord Shiva, Pasupati Natha, and to serve the devotees of Pasupati Natha. Neelakka was keen on living by those two principles. Nayanar always celebrated Thiruvadirai Day with great joy and devotion to Shiva. During Thiruva, Nayanar used to do the Atmata Puja every day. And for Thiruvadurai, during Thiruvadurai days, he would complete his Atmata Puja, then he would go to Satamangi temple as well and do Archana for Ayavandinadara as well. So it was one fine day of Thiruvadurai. He went to the temple with his wonderful wife. His wife was also a staunch devotee of Lord Shiva, had intense love for Lord Shiva. And Naina was doing Archana. His wife carried all the puja related things like Abhishek, like milk, fruits, flowers, everything else. She gathered. She was helping her husband, Thiruneelanakka Nayanar, to do the puja. And while they were worshipping, a spider just popped up from nowhere. It fell down from the wall on the upside of Shivlinga, and it landed exactly over the Shivlinga. Then, seeing that, Nayanar did not notice that, but Nayanar's wife saw that the spider fell down over Shivlinga. Then she felt concerned. It's a poisonous spider. What would happen if the same spider falls on our body somewhere? If it bites, and then that will lead to some blisters and boils. So the spider may affect the Shivlinga. Then she was just seeing Shivlinga not as Shiva, not just a stone, not just a murta. She was seeing that Shivlinga as Shiva himself, as his kid, as if a spider fell down over her kid, what she would have done? She would have immediately got rid of the spider, and she did the same. But what she did, since her husband was doing puja, she just blew it away with her breath, like that, blew it away. So the spider went away. It's actually and Dev Chekla Swami says it's not just the air that she used to blow away. It is the true love for Shiva that actually made her blow away the spider. And then Neelakka flew into a rage at the act of his wife. He was a very staunch devotee following the rules and regulations of Shivagama. And when it comes to discipline, he will not compromise on any such things. So he said, "How dare you did this? You blew away the spider, your breath. Don't you think by doing this, your saliva may get sprayed over the Lord? You made a big sin." He didn't let him talk. She was trying to explain why she did it. Then he told his wife, Naina told his wife, "I cannot live with you anymore now, as you made a big sin. And you have defiled the Lord who I worship." Then he stopped the worship, Archana, midway. Then he left her in the temple and went back home. Nayanar wife was not sure what to do. She stayed back in the temple all night. She was praying to Lord Shiva. "My Lord, if that happened to my kid, I would have done the same. How can I still stand and do nothing, knowing a spider just fell down over you?" Then she was just praying to Lord. And then Nayanar was alone at home. Then he started sleeping. He was not happy. He was very upset and disappointed. Ayavandinadar, the Lord of Satamangai, Lord Shiva, appeared in Nayanar's dream. Then he showed Nayanar blisters and boils caused all over his body by the poisonous spider. But where his wife had sprayed her saliva, there was not a single blister or boil. So then Lord Shiva told him, "See, I've got blisters and boil every other places. There's one place where my skin is good. Is the place where your wife just sprayed it." It was so divine. Just the message is she did not do anything wrong. It was just the true love. She did it. And I accepted that. Then Nayanar immediately got up, realized his folly, and rushed to the temple. He told his wife the dream. Lord Shiva came, and then he made me realize that you had a true love for him. You did not do anything wrong. And then he begged for her pardon. And Nayanar is a great devotee. He is keen on serving Lord Shiva devotees as well. His wife is also a great devotee. As Shiva himself came in his dream and explained to her about her love, then he apologized. Then he took her back to their home. They lived happily. Neelanakka also went on pilgrimage along with the great saint Thiruneelanakka Swami and his Thirukutam. He was part of most of the temple Thiruneelanakka Swami when he was also part of the great meet where we had 6 Nayanmars at one place in Tirupugalur, along with Saint Thiruneelanakka Swami, Thiruneelanakka Swami, Neelanakka also was part of that. And he went to Tirunallur Permanam for Thiruneelanakka Swami marriage and with his wife to attend the wedding. And by the blessings of the Lord of Tirunallur, as Thiruneelanakka Swami sang the Tirupadigam, Kallur Permanam, a huge illumination appeared during the wedding ceremony. And all those who were gathered there for the wedding entered in it. And Thiruneelanakka asked Neelanakka as well to enter the illumination, the brilliant light. Nayanar and his wife entered the light and they reached the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. Neelanakka Nayanar and his wife are among those who are blessed by Lord Shiva that attended the wedding of Thiruneelanakka Swami. So that's all about Emperor Neelanakka Nayanar. We will meet again to discuss the wonderful history of Emperor Nayanmar in the next session. Thiruchitrambalam என்றும் இன்பம் பெருகமேல் நாள் ஒன்று காதலித்து உள்ளோம் என்கிற பன்றுளார் அடியார் அவர்வான் புகழ் நின்றது எங்கும் நிலவி உலகலாம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஹர ஹர நம பார்வதி புதையே ஹர ஹர மகாதேவா. சிற்சவேசா சிதம்பரம் தென்னாருடைய சிவனே போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் நிறைவா போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.